When Rose Namajunas KO'd Zhang Weili with that special head kick, it looked almost too smooth, like it was prepared in advance. It almost felt like a formality. As you will see in this video, Rose's team had a lot to do with that awesome victory because of a rigorous pre-fight study. One of the most important roles for an MMA coach is to identify tendencies of your fighter's opponent and find appropriate ways to exploit them. When Trevor Wittman and his acolytes looked at Zhang Weili's recent fight against Joanna Jędrzejczyk, they saw very interesting things. The fight starts. Right away, Joanna goes for a fake jab left leg kick. Zhang sees it coming and explosively backs up her hips to escape it. A bit later, same technique from Jay, same reaction from Zhang. At the end of the first, we can observe that when Zhang is expecting a kick to the body, her defensive reaction reveals an opening for a high kick. Just like it's the case for when she's anticipating a leg kick, she only keeps one hand in position to protect her head, and that hand is certainly not ideally placed. Also, when she wants to counter a kick, the right hand drops significantly, leaving the side of her face open. In the second round, Zhang anticipates the left leg kick, and again, she shows the same tendency. She backs up her hips to keep her balance, but her upper body defense is porous, to say the least. Now towards the end of the second, Joanna recognizes that Zhang isn't defending the left kicks properly, so she switches to lefty to gain more power behind those attacks. And this is where we see another interesting habit. Even when Zhang tries to counter her opponent's left side leg attacks, she is super vulnerable to head kicks. In the third round, we see it again and again. And when she expects a body kick, her head is completely unprotected. When she's not sure, her head is partially protected. When she feels confident a leg kick is coming, there's no defense up there. I could go on and on with these reactions, but I think we saw what we needed to see. So let's resume. Judging from her fight against Joanna, Zhang Weili was reacting in 3 different ways when the left kick was coming towards her. Scenario number 1. When she was anticipating a leg kick, she would back up her hips, and most of the time, the only hand guarding her chin wasn't ideally placed. Scenario number 2. When she was anticipating a body kick, her head would become totally exposed. And scenario number 3. When she was looking to counter the kick or throw something at the same time, she would always lower the right hand, leaving her face unprotected on that side. So in all of those 3 scenarios, Zhang's defense is vulnerable to, you guessed it, a left high kick. Trevor Wittman and his team saw that, and by studying extensively, they couldn't go wrong. They chose a technique with the perfect setup, with the fitting trajectory to trigger the exact tendency they had been analyzing. A left kick that would start low and finish high, making Zhang believe that she was gonna get leg kicked, or maybe body kicked. That's exactly what they wanted her to think. But the thing is, even if the least ideal scenario would have happened, the head kick would have still probably landed. Obviously that scenario number 3 wasn't ideal because of the chosen trajectory of the kick, so to render that scenario as unlikely as possible, Rose threw a subtle feint just before the technique to make sure that Zhang wouldn't be looking to immediately respond. Everything was beautifully thought out. No wonder it worked perfectly at the very first attempt. But even if Rose's team is composed of geniuses, Namajunas still deserves all the credit in the world for that execution. The way she set it up, the way she timed it, the way she threw it with the optimal trajectory of her foot and her shin, the way she methodically covered the distance with her footwork, the way she snuck it in there, right in the exploitative space. What's so fucking spectacular about that specific technique is that if you combine Rose's execution with her team's preparation, the head kick was a sure thing. Of course, it wasn't 100% gonna be a KO every time, but with a good setup and delivery, which Namajunas provided, that head kick was virtually guaranteed to land. How sick is that? Hey guys, listen. Thanks for watching, but I need your help. At some point in the next few weeks, I'm gonna go all in on YouTube. I'm gonna quit my job, get a loan, publish at least 2 videos every week, get a Patreon, and hopefully make enough money to support my dream. But for that, I'm gonna need you to support the channel like your life depends on it. That means like the video, share it, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. I really feel a tremendous sense of support and community on MMASM, and that's all because of you guys. I mean, really, there's almost no haters, which is crazy for an MMA channel. Let's get to 100k subs together. Thank you so much for listening. Alright guys, see ya.